The old man sat on the park bench, his gaze lost in the dance of leaves rustling in the gentle breeze. He had seen seasons change, countless sunrises paint the sky, and felt the passage of time in the lines etched on his face. Life had been a journey of learning, a tapestry woven with threads of joy, sorrow, love, and loss.
A young man approached, his stride brimming with the energy of youth. He seemed to carry the weight of ambition on his shoulders, his eyes reflecting a hunger for experience and a thirst for meaning.
The young man paused, hesitant for a moment, before taking a seat on the opposite end of the bench. A silent acknowledgement passed between them, a shared recognition of the human experience that transcended age and background.
Beautiful day, isn't it? Makes you appreciate the simple things. And so began a conversation, a dialogue that would weave together the threads of experience and youthful idealism, painting a poignant picture of life's journey. What brings you to this park on such a fine day, young man?
I'm trying to find my way. I want to make something of myself, leave my mark on the world. But the path ahead seems so daunting.
Ambition. It's a powerful force, the driving force of youth. I remember when I was your age, I too was filled with that same restless energy, that burning desire to conquer the world.
Did you achieve everything you set out to do?
Life rarely goes according to plan, young man. I learned that the hard way. I chased success relentlessly, often at the expense of other things that truly mattered. His gaze drifted towards the leaves swirling on the ground, a hint of melancholy in his eyes.
What do you consider true success then?
That's a question I've grappled with my entire life. Success is a shape-shifting concept. What we crave in our youth often pales in comparison to what we cherish in our twilight years. Success isn't about the accolades or the material possessions. It's about the lives you touch, the connections you forge, and the legacy of love and kindness you leave behind. You learn that true success lies in living a life filled with purpose, meaning, and connection. It's about finding joy in the ordinary, appreciating the simple things, and making a difference in the world, however small.
But what about happiness? Isn't that a crucial part of a successful life?
Happiness is a butterfly. Chase it too hard and it eludes your grasp. But focus on cultivating a life filled with purpose and meaning, and it gently lands on your shoulder. Happiness isn't a destination, young man. It's a journey, a series of moments, big and small, that we string together to create a life well lived. Don't get me wrong, life will throw you curveballs. There will be moments of joy, laughter and triumph, but there will also be times of sorrow, heartbreak and loss. It's in these moments of darkness that you find your true strength, your resilience.
The young man pondered the old man's words, his mind racing. He smiled, his eyes crinkling at the corners.
What about love?
Our love, it's the lifeblood of our existence, the force that binds us all. Love is what gives life meaning, color and depth. This is my late wife. She was the love of my life, my rock, my confidant. We shared a love that transcended time and circumstance. Love is a precious gift. It's about vulnerability, compromise and unwavering support. It's about choosing each other every single day through thick and thin.
The young man listened intently, absorbing the old man's words like parched earth soaking up the rain. He had so many questions, so much he wanted to understand. A tender smile spread across the old man's face. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a worn photograph, his fingers tracing the faded image. The young man felt a profound sense of gratitude for the old man's wisdom. He had gained a new perspective, a deeper understanding of the complexities and contradictions of life.
How did you cope with her passing?
Grief is a long road. Even in the darkest times, there is always light to be found. The love we shared, the memories we created sustain me. Life is a series of challenges. It's how we navigate those challenges that defines us. Don't be afraid to stumble, to make mistakes. In those moments we learn and grow. Remember, you are stronger than you think.
The young man sat in respectful silence as the old man reminisced. He sensed the depth of love and loss in his voice. The old man took a deep breath, composing himself. He looked at the young man, his eyes filled with wisdom.
Do you have any regrets?
Of course I have regrets, we all do. But I've learned that regrets are a part of life. They are the lessons we carry with us, the reminders of choices made and paths not taken. I regret not spending more time with my loved ones. I was so focused on chasing my dreams that I often neglected the simple joys of life, the importance of connection. Don't make the same mistake I did. Cherish your loved ones. Tell them how much they mean to you. Spend time with them. Create memories. In the end, it's the love we share, the connections we make that truly matter.
The young man nodded slowly, absorbing the old man's words. He had always been so afraid of failure, of making the wrong choices. But the old man's words gave him a new perspective, a sense of hope. The old man smiled sadly. He looked at the young man, his eyes filled with a plea. The young man felt a profound sense of gratitude for the old man's wisdom. He had gained a new perspective, a deeper understanding of the complexities and contradictions of life.
What about dreams? Should we give up on our dreams to avoid regrets?
No, my boy. Never give up on your dreams. Dreams give us hope, purpose, and a reason to get out of bed each morning. But it's important to find a balance, to pursue your passions while also nurturing your relationships. My dreams were different from yours. I dreamed of building a successful career, providing for my family. True fulfillment comes from following your heart, pursuing your passions. Don't be afraid to dream big. The journey is just as important as the destination. Embrace the detours, the unexpected twists and turns. They are often the most enriching parts of the journey.
The young man felt a lump forming in his throat as he listened to the old man's words. He'd been so caught up in his own ambitions that he hadn't stopped to consider the feelings of those around him. The old man chuckled softly. He leaned back on the bench, his gaze distant, his voice filled with a hint of nostalgia. The young man felt a profound sense of gratitude for the old man's wisdom. He had gained a new perspective, a deeper understanding of the complexities and contradictions of life. The old man encouraged, his eyes twinkling.
Time seems to move so slowly when you're young, and yet it slips through your fingers like grains of sand.
Time is a precious commodity. It waits for no one. One day you're a young man with your whole life ahead of you, and the next you're an old man reflecting on the journey. Don't waste your time on things that don't matter. Life is too short for regrets. Live each day to the fullest. Embrace every moment and never take a single breath for granted. The passage of time is inevitable, but it's up to us to make the most of the time we have. Live with intention, love with abandon, and never stop learning and growing.
The young man sat in contemplative silence, absorbing the wisdom of the old man's words. He had never thought of life in this way before. The old man nodded in agreement. He urged, his voice filled with a sense of urgency. He looked at the young man, his eyes filled with a lifetime of wisdom. The young man felt a profound sense of gratitude for the old man's wisdom. As the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows across the park, the two men fell into a comfortable silence. They had shared a conversation that transcended generations, touching on life, love, and time.
"Thank you," he said sincerely. "Your words have given me a lot to think about."
It was my pleasure, son. Life is a journey, not a destination. Embrace the unknown.
As they rose and went their separate ways, they carried a shared sense of purpose and understanding.